Hello everyone, welcome to another brand new episode here on Tritoncraft, and you can see the face. You guys can see the face. Literally right here. We are absolutely thrilled. Yeah. We're under, we got squids. Squids, ladies and gentlemen, are gold right now. We have to get and kill literally any and every squid that we can possibly find, because we need their precious ink sacs. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to grab these. Do I see any others? No others right now. So we are over at the new area. We broke ground. I'm so thrilled. Unless you caught the live streams that I've been doing, because I've just been doing a lot of grind work for this project, which I've been live streaming a lot. So if you're not already following me, head over to twitch.tv/epicfilmguys and please follow the channel so that way you know when I go live, because like I said, I've been doing a lot of this more grindy stuff over there. But if you haven't caught it, I'm super excited to show you all of the amazing progress that we have gotten done. Right now we are ripping out the sandbank for this island here, because this is like a little underwater extension to the mainland that kind of comes out here. I like that it's got this little valley thing in there. Go back over there. I like that it's got this little area in here. I think this looks really cool in here. And essentially what we're doing is we're ripping all this sand out of here because we are going to backfill all of this with concrete. And we are going to kind of transform everything and make it look like we want it to look. So I am actually going to head into a little bit of a time lapse here. We're going to rip out the rest of this sand over on this island here. Once we get done with that area, kind of over here, I think. Yeah, we're going to finish this area over here. And then once I'm done with this, I'm going to take to the skies and we're going to show you all the amazing progress that we have completed with this project so far. We've gotten so much done. There's still a lot left to do. There's still so much left to do. But we have a lot of progress already. And you can already see kind of this is what the final product kind of ends up looking like here, is we're replacing all the sand with gray scale concrete just because I really want to tell a nice story over here. And I'm going to explain all that to you guys in just a moment, so hang on.
Can you imagine a world immune to all forms of cancer?
Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come for our 4th annual live stream for the cure.
And this year, we need your help more than ever.
Please join us May 27th through May 31st for 48 hours of live content from guests and podcasts around the world.
We'll be aiming for our most ambitious goal to date as we try to raise $10,000 for the Cancer Research Institute.
Please visit www.livestreamforthecure.com for more information on this year's event and how you can be a part of it. Together, we can make a difference. Okay, and we are back, and ooh, there's more squid. Got some squid there in the time lapse. We're going to get even more right now. Squid are so important. I need so much dye for this, and I don't have a farm for them. But fortunately, with looting, and they spawn often enough and in great enough numbers that just even while I've ripped out that sandbank, which was a little bit before I started recording, and then during the recording, I managed to already get over a full stack of ink, which is craziness. And we're making mostly light gray concrete. I actually switched up a little bit of the build design that I was going to go with, because I know I initially had intended on doing white. Most of it was going to be white, and then I was going to use gray for accents. Now I'm actually going with light gray for most of it, and now most of the accents are going to be in darker grays, blacks, and then a little bit of white as well. We are still going to use some of the white, but we're not going to go too crazy on it either. So you see what I'm being careful to do here, and you'll see a lot of this kind of repeated as we go through some of this area here, is I'm leaving the rest of the structural, kind of the natural generation intact. I want everything else to remain intact, because what I want to happen is when I come back through here and place in all the concrete, we're going to form it around where all this land is already in here. You guys thought I didn't see that squid hanging out over there, did you? Yeah, I totally saw him. We definitely need lots and lots. So where are we? Oh, we're midday. We're midday. Midday is a good time to go on a nice tour of everything. There we go. And I guess we can start down here. We'll take a look down in here at our conduit, which is down here. Completely sourced from this area, except for obviously the prismarine, which I got from the Guardian farm. And you can see we've got accents in here. This is all light gray concrete in and around here. Trying to kind of start transforming the area, all this diorite as well. We're definitely using all this. And there, of course, is our little conduit. Hey there, guy. How's it going? And then we kind of leach in up the front here. And all this seagrass I had to farm and then place by hand, so that way I could get it all in here. There's another big gravel deposit area down in here. You guys did see me dig out that gravel deposit during the time lapse as well, because we just need tons and tons of gravel, obviously, to make all of the concrete. And then this is the first area where we really, I've got to do this over here yet, but let's take a look in here at this kind of cove in here, this little inlet in here. And this is kind of where we can start our little tour here. But again, we've got lots and lots of coral, and we've got lots and lots of seagrass, sea pickles, some kelp as well, all placed in here on the concrete, which I had to place all that in manually because you can't bone meal it on concrete underwater. And then as we kind of take a look back and we kind of pull back, you can really get a good feel for all of the nice grayscale colors. All the sand is gone except for, ignore the sandstone over there. Don't look. Hey, these guys are so annoying. Oh, the drowned are so annoying. But yeah, so basically we take a look here and you can just see all of the amazing grayscale work. We even put some of the concrete down here on the seafloor. I thought about filling this in with gravel, but then I was like, no, you know what? Let's go ahead and it's kind of almost as if the concrete is kind of spilling down and kind of dripping down in and kind of spreading out. Of course, this isn't meant to be concrete. This is meant to be the ground, but it's had the life leached out of it, basically. Everything, all the energy has been sapped out of it because we're kind of in the midst of a magical upheaval over here in this area. We're kind of going for this kind of magical upheaval thing. More seagrass and more sea pickles, more kelp, all this kind of stuff leading over to here. I also had to hand place this coral down in here because, I mean, frankly, I needed a place to bone meal and get extra sea pickles if I really needed to. So I got some coral blocks and we placed them up in here, and this is kind of the big main platform where we bone meal a lot of stuff here. And, you know, I placed that coral in there by hand so that way we could put lots and lots of, let's see, here he comes. The drowned. I've killed so many drowned since I started this project, guys. It's not even funny. It's ridiculous. I've got like a double chest half full of tridents. And that's just from the ones that drop tridents. It's not even counting all the rest of them. And you can see, oh, we've got a creeper friend over here. Creepers are the bane of my existence over here because there's a lot of areas that are not lit up and a lot of areas that frankly won't be lit up over here. I want natural generation for mobs and everything to be over here as well. But you can see we kind of come ashore. There's not a lot of details up in this area, but you can see there's other areas where we have added a lot of details. And you can just see, just look at all the lighting. I mean, you just stay up here above the water line and, you know, we won't get the conduit activated. Just all that nice glow from all those sea pickles down under there. That looks just so gorgeous. I think it looks absolutely amazing. And it's kind of given the cove in there a lot of life and whatnot. So that's where the, you know, the sea has kind of clung on. The sea has kind of held on and has kind of stayed going here. But as we get up, you know, we follow, you know, you've got your diorites mixed in with your concretes and whatnot. We get up to the shore here and we see that all the green is gone, except for some areas, where I have very deliberately placed down things like this. And, you know, to showcase this properly, I really need to be in normal Minecraft, not here in Chroma Hills. So I am actually going to switch over to that for just a second here. Okay, and here we are. Now we've got regular old Minecraft textures in here. Regular everything. So here we are. And kind of the whole idea was this, because I want this nice fogged glass effect that I've seen this used on Hermitcraft and other places, where basically you place glass every other layer. You kind of split it up every other layer, and it kind of creates this nice fog effect traveling downward through the glass. And there's some torches down there. You can't see them. You can't see them because they're not underneath where the glass is. They're off to the side, like underneath these blocks here, but all the way down at the bottom. So at night, this emits a very faint glow. Very faint glow. Nothing you're ever going to see from the surface here. But then, of course, you do see that we chucked in some of these emerald blocks, and we've got green concretes in here and things like that. And then as we kind of start getting over here to the areas where you can see I've done a lot of terraforming work, we see a lot of blocks in here, a lot of path blocks and things of this nature, because what I wanted, frankly, was I wanted a barrier between where I'm doing all this terraforming and where I'm doing all this work and the normal terrain. And you can see I caught a little horse. I found a little horsey friend. And I just started chucking in all sorts of decorative elements and stuff here. I really, I gotta get those end rods off of there. I don't like the end rods, or at least not on top of the emerald blocks, but I really do like that. And kind of the idea of this is these are kind of little magical upheaval points. Like there's something here that's going on that's like magic, and that's kind of what the emerald blocks are meant to represent. You gotta use your imagination a little bit, guys. But, you know, it's gonna be ripping something up out of the ground, and up there above that, and kind of the same thing over here, up there above that, there's gonna be things floating in the sky eventually. And I'm not sure exactly how many of them there are going to be, and I'm not sure exactly what's going to be going on, but that kind of gives you a general idea for exactly what I'm going to be doing for the entire build here, is you're going to be seeing things being ripped up out of the ground and kind of floating in the air. There we go, and we're back in Chroma Hills. I just wanted to show you guys the way the fogged glass looks, because I like the glass textures and stuff in Chroma Hills, I really do, but if you're going for that fog effect, because they make this so see-through, number one, the pattern makes it difficult, so you really can't even see past that second layer of glass down there, but I also love the emerald block texture a lot more in Chroma Hills, so I think it looks a lot better. I mean, it's kind of just one of those things where we got to kind of take the best of both, and, you know, I'm going to look at it through one pack sometimes, I'm going to look at it through another pack sometimes, it's going to be one of those things. Well, let me take you on a little tour here. So we're going to head down toward the village here, where you can see I got the same lamp style that we've got up on the pathway there. But, you know, we've got the same exact block palette that we used for that, except for we chucked in some diorite to kind of keep married to the theme of all this concrete and whatnot. We started chucking in some diorite here. Come around here on the backside, and you can just see all this gray, all this grayscale. Now, these will not stay here. These will not stay here. All this is where all my chest monsters and stuff are. Look at, I mean, I'm not kidding about the drowned guys. Look at this. We got 2 more to add to the pile, too. It's ridiculous. We've killed so many drowned. It's not even funny. It's absolutely not even funny. And, you know, we can actually probably drop off some of the rest of this stuff here while we're here. Look at this. Look at how much more ink we got. This is really, really nice. I've got, I mean, this is, the chest monster is for real. Like, this is just absolutely insane. I think we had to start another sand chest up here just to kind of start all this nonsense here. I'm also a big fan. We got some extra clay here. We've got almost 2 full stacks of clay now. And we did get a couple of stacks of gravel there, which gravel I actually do not have any more in there. I think I still have some in a shulker box over here. So, oh, yeah. We don't even have it in the shulker box anymore. This is where it was. It was right in here. And then we've got some sea lanterns and stuff. And we got 1 chunk of iron ore. Everything that's over here, except for obviously the building blocks like the concrete and stuff, like everything, pretty much everything that's in here, all this was sourced from over here. I even had a farm over here. We built some stuff up. We got a whole bunch of other stuff kind of taken care of. Let's grab some more rockets and stuff. So too, we have those. There we go. That's perfect. I'm actually a big fan of that. So yeah, you can see here, well, like I said, you've got this nice, and just these areas of magical energy where, you know, the magic is kind of bubbling up out of the ground, and that's what the green is meant to represent, is this magical power oozing up out of the ground here. And then we've just got these nice little kind of points here of, you know, just different decorations. I just tried chucking different block combinations together to really see what worked really well. This originally started out as just doing gray concrete, light gray concrete, and leaves. And then I was like, what if I chuck some emerald blocks in there? Make it look, and you can see sea lantern down underneath there, glowing down underneath the leaves. So this emits a nice glow at nighttime as well. But then I just started adding in glass panes and stuff like that. And I built a nice kind of dirt tower where I just started sticking glass panes off of the whole thing, cleared all the dirt out of there. I did that on the live stream, and I love that. Once you see the structure kind of overhead, once you see the right up there, there's going to be a structure, and there's going to be just like little bits and bobs and little blocks and stuff falling back down to the ground. I think that's going to look absolutely incredible. And it's all meant to tell a story of kind of this magical upheaval that's going on all throughout this land here. So as we come over here, we'll get back to I would know we're going to take a tour down to the village there, but we'll get back there eventually. Don't you worry, guys. So blat. Words are hard. Words are so very hard. La 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 la. Anyway, the path splits here 2 ways. Now this is going to go up behind the build. I'm going to fly into an overhead of this and show you kind of that area of it in the moment, because this is still not done up here. We have to do some terraforming and stuff yet up there, and that's the in progress area of the build. I really wanted to get the surrounding area detailed, and that way I could start telling the story, and then more of the story could kind of start coming into my head. And that's kind of the way my build process is working, at least for over here. Like, I've got this generally very specific idea of what I exactly want this build to be. And I think it's working really, really well. I think it's coming really, really well together. So the pathway splits over here. And again, we have another one of these points of just kind of magical upheaval. We've got leaf blocks, light gray concrete, emerald blocks, and then we've just got everything ripped up into the sky. Like something is ripped up out of the ground here and just kind of left all this. This is like it's magical whatever. And I can't believe I actually left this here like this. I'm kind of not a big fan of this. Of just having the glass pane sticking on top of the blocks. I can't believe I left that there. But again, we have kind of the same thing here. No concrete in that one, just emerald blocks. It's like a concentrated point of magic. And same thing here, we just have emerald blocks, and I just love all the detail in here, all these lamps, all this lighting. We've got some trees surrounding the pathway here. These are naturally generated. I just kind of chucked in some saplings and just wherever they grew, they grew. I am going to do some custom tree work as well. And I actually need to move and build a small farm up here. And we're going to move our animals up here out of the way because they're still down there, trapped in a hole in the ground down there. And we're going to move our animals up here so that way we can have them out of the way while we finish terraforming and doing our work down there. But again, we have another one of these kind of magical focal points here. We've got a bunch of gray concrete, a bunch of emeralds, leaf blocks. We're going to have more of the glass effect up here. We're going to do that up here. I just haven't had a chance to do it yet. I really like this. This is just a, decorative fence up here. It's not functional. It's not a functional fence. It's not meant to do anything, but it's kind of meant to guide your eyes. Like the, trees also help with that, but the lights and then the fences really kind of help to just guide your eyes down along the path. I think that looks really, really nice. And we kind of go up through here and we can see our sun is about to set. So we got to make our way back to our bed. And then we kind of make our way back up here. And this is the original path that I built that goes over to the raid farm, which is of course down that way. And we can loop kind of back up into the village here because what I did was I created basically a nice big loop. Nice big looping area. You know what really makes me mad is some of these trees will just not grow. I sat here with a whole stack of bone meal trying to get that tree to grow. It will not grow. I don't know why. It's just one of those fun things. And so, this village is going to need a lot of work. This is going to be a huge area where we're going to need to do a lot of construction work. But I did, you can see, start expanding the pathway into the village. We started bringing the blocks in here. We've got the lights in here, and we even started hanging some of these lights on the side of the buildings. This is the building with our nether portal in it. Right here, we hung some of those sea lanterns on the side there so we could start fitting them in with the motif of the hanging lights. You can see we ripped open the wall here, so yeah, mobs and stuff can get in the village now. I don't think we're going to lose all of our villagers. Even if we did lose a couple, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. But we have the lamps come out here. We've got some nice flowers out here for decoration. And you can just kind of follow this out here again. And the way the path goes, you can follow around either side of this hill here. We're going to follow it up this way. And we follow all the way up here. We go over to here. Right over to here. Again, this is just going to be where it is. All these chest monsters, all this stuff over here eventually will be gone. And then this is where we have the bed. So we got to sleep real quick. It's just, I'm such a big fan. I'm really, really, really loving all the detail. And wait till you guys see this from overhead. So let's go ahead. We'll get rid of the overlay there. And we're going to take a look at the actual area over here. And you can kind of see it off to the left over there. All the different stuff I've got to show you over there as well. But just look at this pathway as it kind of comes into the village here. And kind of comes out, splits around the island there. And then it goes up through this way. Don't hit the glass. I've done it before. Oh, okay, where we can hit the tree. And then we just kind of come right up here and follow that pathway up. And oh, it's just gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. And now that you could really start to see the detail really taking effect. And again, I especially from farther away, like I really, really love all of that green in here. You can see we did chuck another one of these little rifts up here. And now we can kind of take a look and see where this pathway comes up over around the other side. So this is where the pathway comes up. Everything that's over here, we're going to maybe chuck some trees and some flowers over here, but this will all stay the same. But I needed a nice hard barrier because the green and the gray, like I really wanted something else to be in here to kind of break it up. That's why we have these path blocks all throughout here. All this sand that's inside of this area, everything, and you can see we did start ripping some of it out over here. That's gone. All that sand is going to be replaced by concrete. Now, here's one thing that we haven't done a lot of yet is that's harden all the concrete because water doesn't spill out the correct way. This is where the farm was, you can tell, because originally I hardened these walls, and then we had to fill in the farm. These are our animals. Our animals are, our animals are hiding out in there, and of course, we're still waiting to get more gray concrete. I'm going to have to go back and get more gravel from my main base. I've got tons of it back there. I just actually have to go get it. And then again, you can see this is the cove that we were talking about earlier when we were underwater, all this amazing underwater stuff. And then this is where we're ripping out the sand. It's right over here. Ripping out all that sand so we can replace it with concrete. All of this, and like eventually, everything on this island specifically will all be replaced by concrete, by all things grayscale, including all of this sand. This whole sand area is going to be entirely ripped out of here. And same thing with this island. I called this, I was on the stream over the weekend, I was calling this the DLC. I was like, this is the main game over here. That's the DLC. We'll do that later. That'll be something we do at some other point. But again, just kind of start to take shape. And now the main thing, so let me kind of explain to you what's going to be happening over here, as we kind of get through this area. So somewhere over here in the middle of this kind of area, like over this way somewhere, or maybe somewhere over in this area, kind of right maybe where the farm was, somewhere around here, what we're going to do is there's going to be a huge upheaval. The ground is going to be completely ripped open, and we're going to have like, think of like, I don't know, you know, if you ever see like, I don't know, something puncture through something and then it creates like these big rip open points. Like it'll make sense when I, you know, whatever, it'll make sense. Maybe I'll stick a picture in here or something like that to show you guys what I'm kind of trying to talk about. But basically something is going to rip its way out of the ground here, and the ground, there's going to be a crater. There's going to be a big crater with like these big rims on the outside of it, like leaning up into the sky, like just kind of like block. It's going to be block carnage, block chaos. It's going to be strewn everywhere. And then we're going to have the same magical effect that we have over in that area over there with the glass and the emerald blocks and stuff like that, floating up into the sky, where it's going to lead up to a big floating build. And it's going to be a huge construct, and it's going to look absolutely amazing. I absolutely cannot wait. And then we actually have to get that built like this. See, this, all of this is just to tell this story. That's all I really want, is for this to tell this story of, you know, this kind of magic. There's just magic all over through this area. And we've obviously got to go through here, and we've got to do some more detail work. We've got to chuck in some other colored concrete for accents. And we're not just going to go with solid concrete. Like, I'm going to harden all this, but then we're going to come back through with some concrete powder and do patches of concrete powder as well. And I think that's going to make a really interesting and really kind of nice blend. I think I might do some loose concrete powder around these especially, just to give it a little bit more texture like that. And then we're chucking in, every so often, we're chucking in some glazed terracotta as well, just to give a little bit more depth. I'm not sure if I like these green glazed terracottas over here. I think those actually may go. Kind of like the solid block colors over there for that. But it's, I mean, it just kind of goes to show you just, like I said, what we want to do, the story that we want to tell. That, yeah, that'll be like right here. There's going to be this big crater like all around us here, where we're just going to have tons and tons of carnage, just blocks like ripped up, blocks floating in the sky, like everything. And then there's going to just be like these glass panes, like you see there in the distance over my head, like going up into the sky and then leading to a kind of a floating island where we're going to build something. Not even sure yet. That part of it has not even gotten here yet. We haven't even touched anything else as far as that is concerned. But you know what? We've got some other stuff we're going to do in this video, so we're going to leave this project behind for now. I am going to head back over to the main island, and I am going to join you guys over there in just a moment. Hang on. Welcome back, everyone, and we are going to have some fun. Oh, well, I mean, I guess in Bedrock Edition, I don't know if this is fun or if this is some kind of torment or something, but I need a beacon. I actually need a couple of extra beacons. Like, we don't have enough of them on the server. I think I've only fought the Wither 3 times, and we just need a lot more. So I am at least going to get another one right now. And, oh, I didn't grab any of my potions or anything. I'm hoping I'm going to be okay, but we'll just have to see here. Just have to see. No, that's on the back wall. So, here we go. I hate fighting the Wither in Bedrock because they are so OP. They are so ridiculously OP. You know what the problem is? Here's the problem. I forgot to grab my night vision potion, so I can't see anything. And like, compared to Java, like, it's funny because I watch, especially since they nerfed it in Java Edition as well, so it's not the same as it used to be. There we go. Let's get some night vision potion going here. They nerfed it in Java, but watching on Hermitcraft, watching people fight the Wither and like seeing how little blocks the Wither destroys and seeing how easy a time most of them have with it, unless you're Scar. But, you know, it's absurd how like much damage the Wither does to blocks in Bedrock Edition. Like, look at this like canyon he's digging here already. This is absurd. Like, and he gets like so far away, and then it's just like ridiculous. And now he's like in his second invulnerable phase here. Jerk. like you can't do... Whoa, where did he just go? Get your stupid face back here. So you can... Oh, my God. You know, this is the annoying thing, is that, like... Make it so difficult. Like, all the blocks that he destroys, it's just dumb. Like, how many blocks they blow up. It's not exactly hard to kill him if you can get to him. Come here! Goodbye. Jeez. Huh. My inventory's just crammed full of stuff. Like, look at all the blocks. Look at all this block waste. And you had to just blow up a little bit extra, so that way, whatever. Give me my stupid nether star. Give it. Thank you. So now, this actually wasn't too terrible compared to some of the normal times I fight the Wither. I did have the game turned to easy mode because... I mean, it's absurd. Like, I mean, just look at... This is of the amount of damage that the thing has done in just that short of amount of time. Because they go through any kind of block like paper. There's also a big reason why I dug this huge tunnel all the way down from where the kind of normal stuff is, all the way down here. And that's just because of how much damage he does. But I'm going to collect up all of these blocks and kind of chuck them in here so I can refill the area again. Because I got to fill all those blocks back in because there would be a massive, like, canyon down here by now if I hadn't filled all those things back in. So I'm going to catch you guys back over at the main base where we're going to continue work on an old project. Hang on. Welcome back, everybody, and we are back out here at the original Guardian farm because we are going to be taking some time to make sure that we can get this guy working properly. And I've been doing a lot of things over here, and even though we did start the new project, I want to make sure that we're dedicating at least a little bit of time to getting some things done and getting some projects completed over here near the original island. Some of these projects have been gestating for a very long time. Of course, this I built wrong from the get-go, so we know why this has been incorrect, but I did a lot of work off camera on this, and you can kind of see here where our 3 different hopper lines are coming in here. There's a pigman, I think, stuck in the bubble elevator. Oh no, it's a slime. Get out of here. Jeez. Anyway, we now have 3 different minecart tracks because we had to widen the pathway out there by 1. We've got all of our minecart rails in place. All of our minecarts are tested. They all work. We do words are hard. Words are so very hard. But yes, we still have to get some unloaders built over here so we can unload our items into them. That's not a problem. We can definitely make sure we get that done. And we are also rebuilding the wall up on the other side. You can also see that going on here. But we've still got a little bit of glass left to remove to get, you know, kind of the last phase of this completed before we can start getting new walls up, start getting the water back in here, and start spawning some guardians. That's this little section right here. We are going to knock this out really quickly in a super fast time lapse. So please hang on with me just a couple moments while we get this thing knocked out. And I missed it. Oh, never fails. Hang on. Hey guys, just want to check in during the time lapse here and thank you so much for all of your amazing support on the channel. It has meant the absolute world to me. Even though, you know, it's growing slowly, but growing surely. And I'm really appreciative. All of your comments. If you ever have any questions or comments, please, or do you just want to say, hey, great job, or hey, do better, whatever the case may be, throw it down in the comments. I'd love to read what you think about the video series. Please don't forget to subscribe and like the video, let YouTube know what's going on, and please ring that bell. Get it ringing. Get that bell ringing, and you know, that way you'll be notified whenever I upload new videos. I can't wait to show you what I've got planned in this series, and I'm really excited, so I hope you'll stay along for the ride. Thanks so much, everybody. Woo! That is a lot of glass. Oh, almost filled the inventory right back up again. And I had just gone and emptied it out before. We keep having these fish like suicide themselves into here, and it's kind of concerning, I'm not gonna lie. But that is all of the rest of the glass from the old interior wall of the farm, which means we can now continue building up this wall instead. And I've just got to add signs along most of the inside perimeter of the wall here. All of the signs for the lava to hold all the lava in place are here. I did build only one high off of the ground this time instead of two, because a lot of what was happening is the guardians were falling down through the lava blades, like when they would exist. And I saw this after I started fixing portions of the farm. What we saw was the guardians would spawn and then they would fall down here and then they would bounce around. But because the lava was up here, actually the signs were right here, so the lava was up here, the guardians wouldn't bounce up into the lava and catch fire and die. So it wasn't doing us any good, and they weren't, you know, dying or dropping anything. So now that's been fixed. Everything else should be working perfectly fine. Like I said, we've just got to get the rest of the signs in here in order to get this farm up and running. But I'm going to do the rest of that stuff off camera, so that way I'm not sitting here driving you guys nuts. And made good use of that beacon that I killed that wither for, and now I need 3 more of them, because I decided that we're going to go with this design here, where basically, because the ocean temple is an even number of blocks, I wanted to top the ocean temple with a full beacon, but you can't do it because it's off center, so we're just going to make a quad beacon instead. So to do that, I need 4 beacons, but we're going to have 4 beacon beams coming out of this bad boy, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. You see, I did get the carpets back in here, so we can keep that kind of color motif going. And I'm also going to be doing something with this, so it's not just floating in the air anymore. Whether we're going to be extending most of the structure further out toward the wall, I'm not 100% sure. I may honestly just build like another floor that's further down that's a little bit wider. Something of that nature. I'm not 100% certain. The interior of this thing is going to be completely redesigned. This is going to have to get ripped out because obviously you can't use this as a launch pad to get outside anymore. This is going to get completely ripped out, and when we go downstairs here, you can see the top of the nether portal here. This floor is going to get ripped completely out as well. Actually, I don't think so. This floor will stay here. This is the one that's going. This floor is going. So we're only going to have two stories in here. So what I may do is I may come down here and add a whole nother floor down here below this thing. And I believe this is the up elevator. Yep. There's going to be a whole other floor down below this where we can just add more stuff in here, and it's going to look really, really cool. And you can see we fall down through our glass here. But yeah, I just don't like how this just floats way up in the sky like that. I just don't like that. I want to add something more substantial to it. And then I'm kind of thinking about maybe these little braces, like maybe a brace that's like made of stone or whatnot that kind of comes out from the corner of the wall and kind of grabs onto this and kind of holds onto it. I may extend also these smooth stone walls. I may extend those pillars all the way down to ground level here, because I think that would look really, really cool if you just had that kind of visual detail that was kind of traveling out. Oh, ouch. If you had that visual detail that was kind of traveling all the way down from the ground. But that is it for me, ladies and gentlemen. I really, really, really do appreciate you guys stopping by and watching the video. Please make sure you ring that bell. Ring it, ring it, ring it, ring it, ring it. And please make sure you like and subscribe. Let me know that you like the content. And I will see you guys in the next episode of Tritoncraft. Oh, now we're all... Well, I don't even know what happened there. Bye-bye.